Barakatha Yahweh Shai, right? So just straight to the point, real quick. I caught this watching this God's aliens and the secret behind the world religions, and some things that he's gonna say. I want to give him credit because he got it. He understands it, right? He understands with reading the Old Testament, New Testament, reading the Bible. He understands what's going on. That he don't want to accept it because that's what Esau got's going on. Esau wants to break away from the system of the Lord, which is the system of prophecy. These things are going to happen. These are things that's prophesied to happen, which is bad. It ends up bad for Esau at the end. So he wants to break away from that system, and I get it. And he wants to question the Lord, and he don't want the Lord to have power over him. But the Lord has power over us, and this is the part that they're missing, because he created us. So they're looking at the power that the Lord has over us and saying it's a bad thing. We looking at it as saying it's a good thing because the Lord created us. He should have that power. Now watch this.
The book.
Wow.
That's the point of the book.
Oh my God.
Now, Tom Paine is reading this stuff, and then Tom Paine is reading Jesus in the Gospels, saying over and over again, I'm the Son of Yahweh. My Father Yahweh sent me. And at the end of the world, I'm going to come back and I'm going to sit on the 12 thrones with the elders of Israel.
See, that's a great thing because most of the Edomites, they don't get that. What they try to say is the Lord of the Old Testament is a different God, and they say that he's a bad God, and then the one when Jesus came is a different God, and that's a good God for people. That's what they're trying to say now today. But he actually gets it and understand. They try to say, well, the Lord came back to save all people. No, he said, look, he's going to sit and judge the world with the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's actually refreshing to see his knowledge. So he's really actually knowledgeable. He gets it.
And I'm going to judge the whole world on behalf of my Father Yahweh.
On behalf, right.
And not a dot of an I or a cross of a T of the...
See, he not going with the Trinity doctrine. He said on behalf of my Father. So he understands that they're two different entities and they're not a Trinity. They're two different entities and one has more power than the other. So I give him credit.
Torah will pass out of existence or become irrelevant until the judgment day. Meaning, I'll have grace on you. I will forgive you for sinning, but you're still sinning. The Torah, the Jewish law, is still the law.
Fact.
The law brought by Moses.
Yep.
And the law reinforced by all the patriarchs and prophets.
Watch this.
The law is the law until the apocalypse. I, Jesus, am offering you grace and forgiveness on behalf of Yahweh. So how I analyze this in my book, Closer Encounter, is that...
Bingo. Exactly. You got it. Bingo. He got it. Now, he don't want to accept the part that the Lord got power over us to do as he will. Does not the powder got power over the clay? Esau don't want to accept that because if he is an Edomite, but Esau, period, don't want to accept that because of the promise that was given to the Israelites that they will rule over their brethren. That the Israelites is going to rule over Esau. The prophecy of Esau being pretty much destroyed and wasted away because of the things they do on earth, which you can see they deserve it. That's righteous judgment, right? So they don't want to be judged by the Lord. They don't want that judgment. They cities, America, Mystery Babylon to be destroyed. They don't want those things to happen. So they want to try to break away from the control of the Lord. So they don't want to accept it. But he understands what's going on.
On behalf of my Father Yahweh, and not a dot of an I or a cross of a T of the Torah will pass out of existence or become irrelevant until the judgment day.
Facts.
Meaning, I'll have grace on you. I will forgive you for sinning, but you're still sinning.
Yeah.
The Torah, the Jewish law, is still the law.
Yeah.
The law brought by Moses, and the law reinforced by all the patriarchs and prophets. The law is the law until the apocalypse. I, Jesus, am offering you grace and forgiveness on behalf of Yahweh.
On behalf.
So how I analyze this in my book, Closer
Exactly.
Encounters, is that it basically fits what we call today in psychology and sociology Stockholm Syndrome. It's when you're taken hostage or captive by a sadistic, tyrannical manipulator, and you wind up identifying with your captivator. You as a captive.
So your only problem with that is that the Lord created us. So no, it's not you live over here in this neighborhood. Some guy from a different neighborhood comes, take you hostage, keeps you in the basement. Now you start to fall in love with him and start to like him, start to talk like him, and he gives you freedom little by little to the point where you don't want to run away no more. You like being there with him. You get a lot of that with prison. The guys get on the streets, but they can't survive on the streets. They do stupid stuff so they can get sent back to prison because they've been institutionalized. You get that same thing. That's not what's happening here because the Lord created us. So all we're doing, going back to Genesis in the Garden of Eden, is we're following what the Creator told us to do. It don't matter if we think it's wrong or if we think it's right. It's all right at the end of the day if we're following what our Creator told us to do. Because there's things bigger than us. There's knowledge way more advanced than us. So who are we to say? You know what I mean? Like let's just say you go and you tell some kids what to do, but you're trying to benefit them in the long run. Right? But they don't want to listen to you based off their knowledge level. You're going to say they hard-headed. And then they follow what they want to do and they end up in a bad place. And you like, look, just follow what I do and you're going to end up in a good place. The Lord created us at the end of the day, man. You got to accept that part first. Does not the potter has power over the clay? Does not the Creator have power over the creation? Should not the Creator have power over the creation? Is that what you're saying? I'm saying the Creator should have power over the creation. This his movie. This his book that he writing. This his show. This he running the show. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the difference between the Israelites and the Edomites.
Are in hostage